Hey, what's happening? Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Exactly 3:30 a.m. All right, today I came across three, how do I describe these statements by three different people? Uh, Bat, crap, crazy, disingenuous, wrong, just plain wrong, incorrect, apples and oranges. Okay, three different people, three different subjects. Donald Trump Jr. and baseball bats. I'm going to talk about that. First, I want to talk about Lauren Boebert. Now, this one really just ticked me off. Lauren Boebert, and it was repeated by liberal friends of mine on Facebook, at least one or two. It just blew my mind. Lauren Boebert and airplanes. This is apples and oranges. And I want to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene and cheeseburgers. This one's out in left field. All right, let's start with Donald Trump Jr. As usual, the links will be right down below, right at the top, so you guys could see exactly. You could watch the video and see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, Trump Jr. comes out with his usual. I don't know how to describe him. He's got a very large mouth. If you take screenshots of him talking, because I'll put thumbnails on my video, and I'll take screenshots of him, and every single screenshot, his mouth is always open. Seriously, like I took all these screenshots, and every one he's like, I know that looks ridiculous, but seriously, I was like, what the? Apparently, I never really realized, but the way he talks is kind of weird. Anyway. Okay, so he's on this big tear, this big rant. Now, what he's saying is disingenuous. He's making it sound like the left, the people that are talking about gun control. He's making it sound like he's saying, well, this guy in Texas, the suspect, and the suspect up here in Sandy Hook, and all the other suspects, that they're well-adjusted, fine people. And if it wasn't for these objects, they're completely fine. Just give them a pill. And nobody is saying anything of that. So I haven't heard one person say anything of the sort. No, these people, each one of these people have here in Connecticut, Adam Lanza. I'm going to talk about him more in a second. I mean, he has some serious issues. Honestly, I wonder if these people even were born without a conscience or a soul. If they were fundamentally missing something when they were born. No, there is something very wrong with each one of these suspects. And I don't know, I'm no psychologist. I don't know if it happened, I don't know if it was from birth. I don't know if it was just a period, through the way they were raised or what. But there is something very, very wrong with each one of these people. So nobody's saying that. And nobody's talking about medication. Trump Jr. he starts spouting off about pills and all this other stuff. No, but here's the thing he brings up. He makes it sound like the left is saying, well, if we just take away these objects, he's making it sound like these suspects would just use, and he names like a baseball bat and a few other objects. Like they would resort, if you took away this from them, they would just resort to a baseball bat or some other object that could be used to harm people. Okay, well, like I said, I'm no psychologist here, but these people, like say Adam Lanza from here in Connecticut and the suspect down in Texas, every time you read these histories, they're very maladjusted. They were picked on. Look, and I'm not making excuses for it, but I could understand why they go for these particular objects. You look at these objects, and plus you hear what these suspects said when they went to the classroom, and they're looking for some kind of fear reaction. These things, when you point them at people, it creates a fear of, it makes them free. These suspects are looking for, they're trying to get respect, or you know what I'm saying? They were picked on, and I think they're trying to take back some kind of vengeance on anybody in their way. Also, these objects are probably the closest thing you could come to some kind of magic wand that just, where the person wielding it has the power of life and death in fractions of a second over a bunch of people, live alive, not alive, alive, not alive, not seriously. I mean, you could, that power that is in that, plus the way it looks, the way that what the suspect in Texas said when he walked into, it's about the fear. Now, these other objects that Trump Jr. named, like a baseball bat. First of all, Adam Lanza in Connecticut was probably. Did you see pictures of him? He's maybe like 100 pounds soaking wet. I can't imagine him going in, and holding a Louisville Slugger, and going, "Oh, you're gonna pay now," and going around tapping. No. That, like I said, I'm no psychologist, but no. It's the broken people and these objects and what these people, it satisfies some kind of broken thing in these people, where they perceive they get back some kind of fear or respect or whatever from years of whatever happened to them. Nobody's saying that these people are well adjusted, but to suggest that somebody could use any other object like a baseball bat would hold as much of an allure to broken people as these particular objects is just, you're not paying attention. You're being disingenuous. Okay, now on to Lauren Boebert. Okay, the thing that really bothered me is this was repeated on my Facebook page, and I have about 1,200, almost all liberal friends. And I actually saw some of these Democrat liberal friends of mine who are owners like I am and enthusiasts, not enthusiasts, but hunters, repeating what Lauren Boebert said. Now, Lauren Boebert said that after that September day back in 2001, that we didn't ban planes, that we secured cockpits. Okay, first thing, now I wrote a comment in Facebook, and I said, first of all, genius. I said, is an airplane an instrument that is created whose sole intent and purpose is to tear apart human bodies as quickly and efficiently as possible? Is that what an airplane is? No, not even close. So, I put STFU on my face. I was pretty ticked off seeing this. Apples and oranges here. And then second of all, I mean, this is wrong on so many levels. We did actually ban planes for 2 days. I'll have the link down below. I remember that. There wasn't a plane in the sky. I think by 12 noon that day, there wasn't a plane left in the sky. And for 2 days, no planes. And you look at all the regulations and restrictions that they put in place since. She's making a point for gun control. To see somebody repeat this nonsense, comparing an airplane to this object whose sole intent and purpose, and how these particular suspects gravitate to this one damn model in particular, like I'm talking about, that they are drawn like magnets to these particular objects because it in their broken minds, it's fulfilling some kind of, you know what I'm saying here. I think it commands some kind of respect, or I think it's the fear, and plus the instantaneous life and death. Over a dozen people in less than a minute. No, you can't do that with a bat or most other objects. They don't command that type of just terror when you're holding them, and then when that magical power that these people seek. Like I said, I'm no psychologist, but it's pretty damn clear to me. All right, the last one I want to talk about. Now, this one's out in left field, man. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'll have the link for this one down below. To be honest with you guys, I don't have a freaking clue what she's talking about. She's talking about the government. How the government. Now, the thing that occurred to me, first of all, too, is she is the government. She's a representative. She is a piece of the government. She's a cog in the wheel. She is a part of the government. Where she says the government she makes it sound like she's one of these people over here, and the government's this entity over here. No, she is a part of the government. The government wants to track you eating cheeseburgers, and they don't want you eating cheeseburgers because of what's his name? Apple. Bill Gates. And then it gets better. They want you eating Bill Gates fake meat that they grow in, get this, peach tree dishes. She actually says peach tree dishes. Now, any of you out there, did you vote? Is there anybody watching this that voted for this woman? Because shame on you for voting for such an idiot. Peach tree dishes. She says it a couple times. The links will be down below. No, it's Petri. Petri. The little dishes. At least I used to use it. I remember 6th grade. We grew little bacteria and whatnot in cultures and all that stuff. Remember that? No, not peach tree. Oh, and by the way, in Trump Jr.'s video, he says stigmatized instead of stigmatized. Yep. I don't know. I don't know how these people get elected sometimes. Then Marjorie Taylor Greene goes on. It gets even weirder. She says they want to track, the government wants to track your bowel movements too after you eat your cheeseburgers. Swear to God, watch the video. I don't have a freaking clue what she's talking about here. You guys know I read, I go through TMZ, I go through Flip It, the apps. I got a couple apps that are all the trending news. I read, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 different news reports just in the last couple hours, and I don't see anything about cheeseburgers or Bill Gates or peach tree dishes anywhere, so I don't have a freaking clue what Marjorie Taylor Greene is talking about, and I don't think she does either. What do you expect with somebody who comes up with Jewish space lasers? Seriously, how could you vote? Who votes for these people? To put them in the government. All right, you guys have a great Memorial Day.